Hello, welcome to another training video for Optina and DevSuite software. Today what we're going to go over is how to check for the availability of new software. Very easy way to do that. Start DevWare, and you can even do this without a sensor attached. So in this case, we have the startup choices here. If there was a sensor installed and you could do a probe, or if automatic probe was set, it would have gone through that. But instead what you can do is just do continue, and you'll have available these options inside DevWare. So we're going to go under help. We're going to do an about here just to show where we are. So we're at 4.5.14 daily. There's a reason for showing this. I'll show that in a minute. And there's our version number. So to check for software updates, you do the check for updates button. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here is this daily build warning shows up. We build DevWare on a daily basis internally, but it goes through very little testing. We build it every day just to ensure that it continues to build. We're not surprised. We do official builds for DevWare and DevSuite once a month. Now, in that case, instead of having the underscore daily, would it be underscore release, and you wouldn't see this warning. But what this is showing you is that you got a daily build. The reason you would have a daily build is you didn't want to wait for that 1 month period of the build and release cycle that we go through. You would have approached your apps engineer because you have a bug that's been fixed, or a new ini file or something of that nature. So in any case, this is just reminding you that you do have a piece of software that hasn't been through the full QA cycle, and you probably want to get it updated. And anyways, we can see that. So you just hit OK. And then it's going to bring up the auto update, the auto check for updates, that dialog. Now what you're going to do is you're going to click check for updates now, and it'll show you that you do need to update some of your software, and you can do that by viewing the update details. And here it shows you that the generic software, there is a new version 4.5.15 available, and so that and also you scroll over here, it tells you the location for that is the DevSuite website. We're going to show that in just a minute. Now, if you wanted to, you could save and/or print this information into a CSV file. I won't actually do that, but it is available for you for later reference. So at this point, you can close it, and you can do the Install Now button. What that's going to do is bring up a dialog saying that it's going to launch a Internet Explorer, or whatever your web browser may be, to open up to go to the Optina DevSuite website. We're going to put OK. And I had to go click that. And there is the URL that's been opened. You can scroll down and you can select generic software to download. If that report showed that you had to update one of your sensor specific installers, such as the P111 or something like that, you could have selected that and actually have downloaded that. I'm not going to go through the process of actually downloading and installing that. We've done that in other we've talked about that in other training videos, and it's not a long process, but it does take a few minutes, so I'm not going to bother with that. But we'll just say that you actually ran through and downloaded the installer and ran it. So now we're back to DevWare, and at that point, if you would have done a check updates and then ran that again, ran the check for updates, that would have said no updates available. All right. Now the next thing that I want to cover is the duration for when the auto update runs. Now again, we ran through the manual under the help file, but you can set this up to run automatically if you wish, and you have several options. One is always, and the other side of the spectrum is never. So let's, for grins, let's do always. It shows you the next update check will be performed at basically now, since it's always. Let's go ahead and exit that. Let's exit DevWare and then restart DevWare. We're going to do our continue again, and you'll notice the first thing it's going to go through is the cycle. Now, when you do this, if you don't have an update available, you won't see any dialogues. It's just going to do the check in the background for you to see if something if you do have a newer software available. In this case, we did. Again, you could go through the same thing about, oh, that's the thing I have to update, so on and so forth. Now, if you set to something, for example, next month, you notice that your next update check would be again next month. And to set that, you simply say you select the Remind Me Later button. And just to kind of prove that, if we start DevWare now and we do the continue, it is actually going through the background and checking for the software update. You notice that with the little round circle there, but it didn't actually warn anything because we were scheduled to do this next month. Now, there's one other thing that could happen, and that is if you don't have internet access for whatever reason, and you did a manual check or your monthly check, you could see a dialog that says unable to open the URL. And in that case, what you want to do is you can just say cancel. There's a retry or cancel, and you can get rid of that dialog. Or in the lower left-hand corner, there will be do not show me this again. You can select that, and then you won't be warned. For those people who are in a lab setting and just don't have internet access and they don't want to be bothered that way, that's a good way to get rid of that warning. All right, and that's the end of the training video. I hope that was informative for you.